Go.
Okay, so we listened to the chapter in Wonder, our next chapter, and we are working on how to talk to each other and to keep our ideas going and growing. So we have these helpful hints. You have them down in front of you. I have them up here. The things that you can say to a comment to keep the conversation going. So today you were supposed to think about the question I gave you and write down your thoughts on a sticky note. And I asked you to think about why did August give his mom the code word for it's time to go? And you had to write down what your thoughts were on that. So the only difference today between what we practiced in the past is that now you have stacking cubes. Each cube that you have, you get to build a tower. Your tower is built out of people's comments to your thought. So what you'll do is if your sticky note is on the top, you're going to read your sticky note and you're going to start your tower with one cube because your thought starts the tower. Then somebody in your group is going to respond to you, and when they do, you get to put another cube on the tower. You're going to continue building your tower until there are no more comments to your original note. Then it's somebody else's turn, and they're going to start their tower, and we're going to build on their thoughts. Are there any questions before we get started? Yes?
When we build our towers, do we build them straight up, or do we build
You build them straight up. So we should be on the floor. Most of us are on the floor. If you're in chairs, you're going to have to build on the floor, so it's going to get a little bit difficult. Other questions? Jack?
What happens if the tower falls?
I'll let you problem solve that one on your own. Okay, so this activity is not about our tower. That's not what we're practicing here. What is it that we're practicing? What are we practicing?
We're practicing, we're practicing how to talk. You know how you, talk and you don't want to interrupt someone? It's kind of like practicing, but with a book.
With your ideas. So we're practicing how to build on others' ideas in a respectful way. We wait for our turn by making sure it's quiet in our group and people are looking at you. But now it's how can we keep the conversation going? How do we continue to talk about one thing? What are some ways we can do that? And you have those down in front of you. So yesterday I saw one of these charts upside down. Well, that doesn't help. You need to have the question starters up so you can get some ideas. You don't have to use these. You can use some in addition. I've heard lots of people say things that are not on these bubbles. But they're a way to get you started. So I am not concerned about can you build a tower. That's not what we're here for. But I'm letting you use the cube because I want you to see, in the end, which conversation went the farthest. That's all. I want you to see how many times you can have a discussion on that one idea. Okay, so the first sticky note should be on the top. Thank you. I'm going to turn that over here. Good job, I'm sure. And you may begin. All right, so let's hold on. Okay.
So the question was, why did Augie say the secret code? And the answer was because Julian made him or Augie uncomfortable.
Okay, so that's really starting your tower. So I would like you to take a cube. That's your starting idea.
So I think that it helps in the text because I remember before when Julian talked about him, like, what's the deal with your face? I mean, like, did you get in a fire or something? So it's kind of rude to say that, but I think Julian should have said something nicer. Like, Here.
So do you agree with the statement he made?
Yes, I agree with this.
Okay, so put a cube on your tower, because she just added to your idea. Build it up.
I agree with that because like Julian was being discomforting and like not welcoming to a new student, and I was a new student here, and if Julian talked to me like that, I wouldn't feel comfortable being at the school.
So that's a connection to the book and to your life. That's great. Okay, so do you have anything to add to? It doesn't have to go around in a circle, you know that.
I think that William did a great job explaining how, like, he explained his life and the book, like, together. So it's not just talking about the book.
And that's what reading is, right? It's kind of, yeah, otherwise it really is meaningless, the book. All right, so let's put one more on your tower, and then it's going to be our next person's turn. Okay. Can I come over? I want to see this sticking up.
The reason why August said he didn't want to stay was because Julian was being mean to him and like not welcoming.
Okay, start your tower.
So I think I think it was like it was half in the text and then half in your own mind. So I kind of like that idea about Julian being mean and rude to Wonder. So
To August.
to August. To August. And so I think that was a good idea. I agree. I think that if I was August, I would not like to be friends with Julian because he would do mean stuff to you and he wouldn't be a good friend to have.
Maybe make you feel bad about yourself?
Yeah, it would make me feel like I'm someone else rather than myself.
Okay. Alright, your turn.
I said because Julian was being so rude to August, well, just take out the and, he wanted to go home. Well, I think that he wanted to go home because Wonder was...
August. It's okay.
Julian was being so rude to August, and it made August uncomfortable around Julian and his friend. Well, kind of probably his friend, Charlotte and Jack Will. And so I think it made him uncomfortable.
Okay. Start your tower.
I agree because say if you're friends with Julian, like you know the secret that he acts all good when the teachers are around, but when the teachers aren't watching, say at recess, he acts up and isn't that nice? Kids know that. Like, that's what I've always been thinking about bullies. Like, kids know it, but they don't think it's good to tell.
Right.
It's like he's being fake around the teacher.
Yeah. And that really bothers kids. He's not really fooling anyone, right? But the teachers, apparently.
I think it's just Zeke illustrated.
Well, it's up to Zeke. I mean, you don't have to. We don't want you to force yourself to say something.
Julian should have been a better influence because I don't want August to be some kind of mean boy who doesn't act nice, and I don't want him to be one of those kids. So I think Julian's a bad influence.
I agree with Ezekiel because it just makes sense. It teaches him how kids act in the school. So if you're taking that tour, you should act nice and good because August might think that's the way you act in the school.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay, so when we look at all these towers we've built, that's the number of conversations you guys have been having about just this one question.
Yeah, we had 11 conversations.
Yeah, 11 thoughts that were pretty meaningful, and it sounds to me like you all kind of agree the reasoning behind him wanting to leave. You all said it was Julian.
Because Julian was like the most kid who was being the rudest to August.
Well, I think, remember at the end when he said,
he bumped into...
No, at this chapter, he says, I hope Mr. Tushman won't blame
it on
Will,
Charlotte, because they were being nice to me.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So the next chapter of the book, he's going to go home and he's actually going to open up to his mom about why he wanted to leave. So we'll see if you guys are right. All right, you did awesome. Thanks.